Hi, this is Janice in Buenos Aires. Welcome to the next video for getting ready for retirement in Buenos Aires. Today's theme is concerts. I call Buenos Aires a concert-goer's paradise. It is, and I had no idea when I moved here how much I would be going to concerts. I've just finished recently living 24 years in Buenos Aires, and I have gone to so many concerts, and I have a stack of programs on my bookshelf from the last several years to prove all the places that I've been. I also share information on the Buenos Aires Expats Forum under a thread called Free Concerts in Buenos Aires. Because the majority of concerts I attend are free. There are many others where you can have for example, a subscription to Teatro for the season and have reserved seating. Or many other places, but I don't usually go to those places for concerts. In 2019, I attended 129 concerts. All of them were free. No. One or two I paid for. Few pesos, not very much. So basically free for all those concerts, like one every 3 days. And often I was going to concerts every day of the week. You could say my life kind of revolves around music. And especially during the last 4 years, since I haven't been dancing tango regularly anymore, my interest has just changed to putting concerts on my schedule. It takes some looking around in many different sites, and there are a couple places you can find them, or Facebook, or the venue's online site. So I kind of put them together and let people know sometimes, and I just have a wonderful time attending free concerts all the time. And I've also met so many nice people at these concerts who are as interested in music as I am. I started talking with a woman by the name of Graciela recently because we were just standing in line one day waiting to enter a venue for a concert that day, and we had such an interesting conversation that we sat together, and then I gave her my card so we could stay in touch by email, and we have. And I saw her yesterday at a concert. The concert season begins in March. There are concerts 12 months a year, free concerts in Buenos Aires, but the official concert season begins in March. So yesterday, the law school which is a lovely auditorium, had their first concert of the season. And that was on my schedule yesterday. The symphonic band of the city was performing. One of my favorites, because I played in a symphonic band when I was in high school. And yesterday's program was all music from American movies, beginning with West Side Story, a movie that I saw so many times when I was in high school that I knew the words to all the music, all the tunes by Leonard Bernstein. Well, he wrote the music and someone else composed all the lyrics. What a great beginning for the concert yesterday. So it was about an hour and a half long, and I had another concert noted on my agenda, but after that concert, I couldn't be rushed to get on a bus and go to another venue for a concert, although I had planned, and I do double headers sometimes. This past Wednesday, there was a concert, a piano recital in a Jewish temple that is located only 1 block from Teatro Cologne. And it was just a lovely concert, and they have concerts regularly on Wednesday at 1 o'clock when nobody else is having concerts. So it's nice to find at least one venue. You know, you can always, there won't be a conflict of, with other places. But I also had a concert on my schedule for that night. The National Symphony Orchestra had their first concert in the Centro Cultural Kirchner, the cultural center named after former President Kirchner. And so I went to that concert at 8 o'clock and enjoyed a beautiful program, just a beautiful program. When I saw what they were going to play, there was a Saint-Saëns piano concerto, one that I was very familiar with. As soon as I heard the first few notes, I knew that I had played it many, many years ago when I was in an orchestra. And then that was followed by a work by Elgar, which I've heard many times, which always brings me to tears. And it did again. The music just moves me, and that's why I go. It's another way of being nourished. It nourishes my soul. So for this reason, this is a priority for me to share with people who are interested in investigating Buenos Aires as a city for their retirement. I highly recommend it. I came here before I was retired and enjoyed it for many years, and going to so many concerts. It was probably about 20 years ago that I first attended a concert at the Congress, the National Congress, which is only about 12 blocks away from where I live right now. And those concerts were held on Monday evening. It was a different group in a different place in the Congress, but I eventually started going to those concerts again, but with a new director who is outstanding. And the programs he puts together for the year are just fabulous. So I already have my agenda with all of the dates. The last Friday of the month at 7:30 p.m. I will be at the National Congress to hear the Chamber Orchestra of Congress. Chamber Orquesta de Cámara de la Nación for their concerts. A group of 20 musicians. And the concertmaster is absolutely fabulous. And I'm going to another concert soon that he's doing privately with his partner on piano. So, one thing is really nice here that is very special, because my concert going began when I was a child, taking piano lessons, when one of the mothers of the group who were all going to the same piano teacher, we got together, and she took us to Orchestra Hall in Chicago. We sat way on the top of the concert hall and listened to a youth concert by the Chicago Symphony. And that had a lasting impression on me, because I had to sit there quietly and not talk, and because I was there to listen to the music, and I was studying piano, and so I just appreciated it, even more. And so all my life I've been involved in music, and later in high school I studied the oboe, private lessons, and played in a symphony orchestra in Chicago as well. And these are my fondest memories of Chicago. And so I had no idea that I was going to find so many free concerts in Buenos Aires that I could enjoy. There are times when I have to decide between 4 concerts on a Friday night, which one I'm going to go to, because there are so many. And Friday night is a very popular night. So I was a little disappointed when about 2 years ago, the Orchestra of Congress changed their concerts from a Monday evening to a Friday evening, because there are no other concerts on a Monday evening anywhere in the city. They had the only concert on a Monday, and they had to have a dedicated audience that attends. So anyway, I made it some, my schedule is now eating and sleeping and grocery shopping, I have to plan that around the concerts, make sure I get it done so I have things to eat. But concerts right now are a big priority for me. And I enjoy music at this time in my life more than ever before. And I've been going to concerts all my life. And it means so much more to me, having studied few more, 4 or 5 instruments. So besides piano and oboe in high school, and then I played a little recorder, and I played a little bit of guitar. And then just a few years ago here in Buenos Aires, one of the cellists in the Chamber Orchestra of Congress loaned me an extra cello for a young girl who didn't have an instrument, a neighbor of mine, and she needed an instrument to practice. Well, I kept that instrument here for safekeeping, and she would come here to my apartment and practice. Well, I decided that I would learn the cello. So for 2.5 years, I taught myself the cello, and it was quite an experience. And so you never stop learning, and I'll never stop going to concerts. I just want to say that this is the most incredible cultural city in the world. I don't think there is another city that provides so much culture, and not just music, but theater and dance, the ballet, and other dances. So many opportunities for concerts, and there is never a lack of some kind of cultural event or festival going on in Buenos Aires. Nobody has as much culture here as they do here in Buenos Aires. And this is a great city, and I'm so glad I'm here. And for no other reason, for the music, because I wouldn't be able to partake of so many concerts if I were still living in Chicago. where you have to pay for everything. Aside from maybe in the summertime, the various parks have free concerts outdoors. And also downtown in Chicago, the orchestra, the Chicago Symphony has plays free concerts at Grant Park downtown. But it's a big, it's travel, you know, to get there. Here, the public transportation takes me where I want to go in about 15 minutes. The other day, I walked 5 blocks to the subway station. I probably had a 10-minute ride right to the door, literally the door of the Central Cultural Kirchner for the concert the other night. I mean, the subway station is built right below the sidewalk at the entrance of the Kirchner Center. So it's great transportation. And it's that way to so many venues, as well. And I just love it. I just want to mention a couple other venues that I go to for concerts. I mentioned if you like, and this is not just for classical music. This city has all kinds of music. You name it, they play it. And there's an organization called Jazzologia. Jazz concerts used to be every week on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock for free at a cultural center on Corrientes, the main street in the downtown. But they had to cut back during the last few years. So I think that they will eventually get back to a Tuesday night concert every week. But recently they've been only having one a week. And they bring such wonderful musicians that play free concerts. It's always a pleasure to be there. So if you like jazz, you're going to find it here. Let's see, other places that I want to rave about. You know, Friday nights, it's sometimes I have to make a decision because there's a Friday night concert at the Bolsa de Comercio. That's the Board of Trade building, which is literally a block away from the Kirchner Center downtown. And they used to have concerts every Friday as well at 6:30. You could basically go to one concert there and then walk a block and go to another concert at 8 o'clock at the Kirchner Center. And also near the Bolsa de Comercio, just across the street is an Anglican church that has a series of concerts every year. I think I learned about them only in the last 2 years. And because it's not publicized and you just have to know about some of these concerts. But I went to their series last year, which was excellent for Baroque chamber music. And since I played in a Baroque chamber group, I love this music and I wanted to go to it. So I did attend, and they have their concerts as well usually on Fridays. So within a 4-block range, you could go from one concert to the other if on the night that there are all three, have something you want to attend. I went to a double header this week, so you could make it a triple header if you want to. Also, there's an organization called Mozarteum. They have a series every year at Teatro Colón. the Opera House that also houses the Orchestra Philharmonic and the ballet company. So there's ballet, opera, and symphony, along with other concerts offered in Teatro Cologne, most of which charge for tickets. But there are some that are free. You just have to be checking the site all the time to know about it. So the list goes on and on. The legislature building of the city also has concerts on Fridays at 6 o'clock. So you could go to that concert and take a quick cab ride over to the Congress to get there in time for the 7:30 concert. It's possible, it's doable. I've decided that this is the year I'm going to try to go to even more concerts to make up for the last couple of years when there were very few. So anyway, you can tell I'm very enthusiastic about music in the city and all the cultural events that are offered. I mean, even in the park, coming up soon, the permanent orchestra of Teatro Cologne will be giving an outdoor concert in a park free of charge. And you just have to know about it and put it on your calendar, to go. So I try to keep people posted on the VA Expats site, vaexpats.org. I'll put the link below so you can refer to it. And anyway, I hope if you're a concert goer, as I am, you have a lot to look forward to in Buenos Aires. So, until next time, next video. Thanks for watching.